All right, to watch this video for Friday. Can't believe it's Friday already, June 23rd. Almost forgot to throw my equity curve in there. I'm going to throw that in every video. Another nicely green day today, and June is getting better and better. Again, sounds silly to say, but I'm very proud of the way I'm trading. It is choppy out there. The low price stocks that I make my living off of really aren't following through in a great way, but trading exactly like we teach in our course, I am just grinding it higher every day. By the way, the chat room, we did our first experiment with Wayne and I both on the mic at the same time. Everybody loved it. Sound was crystal clear. Glad you guys liked it, for those of you that are in our chat room. And that's going to be a regular thing pretty soon going forward. And I love it too. I love having Wayne to bounce stuff back and forth off of. We literally discuss our setups as they're forming over the mic together, and everybody in the chat room listens to us bouncing ideas and what we see back and forth, before some of these things trigger. So really gotten great feedback for that, and it helps me too. I love having another trader on the mic where we're bouncing stuff back and forth. I think it's just making me and hopefully some of you members better traders. So love it. But today in the SPY, just a very narrow range, total chop fest. Here's the intraday. Total tight range, then a breakout, tight range, and then rolls over at the end of the day. So, I mean, goofy action, but we're doing a real good job, sifting through the weeds and finding the gems, and we'll continue to do that. The teamwork in there is fantastic. And it's after vacation, I'll tell you, I'm rejuvenated. I absolutely I love trading. I mean, I've always loved trading, but I'm loving it even more lately. It's just been the chat room's getting better and better. And think about it. When the action improves, it's going to be that much more fun. I'm actually having fun right now, and the action kind of sucks. So here's what I have for Friday potential stocks. I think Ross Stores ROST is just overdone, right? If these were 5-minute candles on an intraday basis and you got this kind of shape all of a sudden on this kind of volume, I would be looking for a bounce. You can make the same comment on a daily chart. It's not like I look and see great support really until it gets down to 52, but it's still worth watching. To me, it's oversold in the short term. These bounce setups aren't my favorite plays, but I do want to have a couple of them on watch every day. RIGL, you had the big pop, couple red days, and then today a green day closing above its open. Let's glance at it on 15-minute candles. So really you've got this pop, and you're really kind of flagging, right? This is interesting over 280. So let's keep our eyes on RIGL. Whoops, let's get that candle. I like that one. CTL, obviously another oversold. I was talking about this being on bounce watch for today. No trades in it today, but you're finding buyers down here the last 2 days in a row. There it is on 15. So, one of these days, we're looking for a bounce. It may be Friday, it may not, but that thing's oversold too, just like ROST. EKSO, fairly handsome chart here. You had the big pop, and now it's kind of flagging. It looks good when you switch to 15s here, right? You had the big move, and then it kind of flagged, and then a little afternoon pop today, and then a tight flag after that. So this is kind of interesting over 212. I'm going to put I'll put 213 in my notes. I don't live and die by these numbers based on overnight charts, so keep that in mind. That's just an area that it might get going, but a lot of times we'll take a completely different entry depending on how it trades and what the setup is. SPWR, you kind of have a cup and handle, and today is a breakout. Maybe we get a follow through where it breaks through 9. So I'm going to watch that one. Nice volume today, and if you look at like JKS, CSIQ, they're making very strong moves too. So SPWR is the solar that I've decided to focus on tomorrow, because a breakout above 9, you can see it had trouble with 9 here, here, and then on an intraday basis today, but nice volume. So maybe we push through 9 tomorrow. We'll keep our eyes on that one. Kroger KR really beaten up ever since Amazon said they're buying Whole Foods. I don't know. The market decided no one's ever going to shop at Kroger again. I don't really know the rationale, but Kroger's pretty beaten up. And going to 15-minute candles. So there's the big gap down, and really you've kind of got just sideways move. But when you look at it on 5-minute candles from today, I think they did they announced a buyback and a divvy increase, if I'm not mistaken. So you had big volume there, and really it ended up closing strong after that. So it is interesting to me and worth watching tomorrow. All right, so that's Kroger KR. MYO, another red day, a little bit of a bottoming tail on bounce watch for tomorrow. That is a very tough spready trader though. So and speaking of kind of tough traders, I love this ADMP. I love the story. I love the chart. but it's a nickel spreader, and that I don't love, right? Because say you're looking for a breakout above today's high, right? And we'll call it 535, even though it said 534 there. Okay, so if it's tailing sideways tomorrow with a 530 bid and a 535 ask, and you don't want to take it until it breaks today's high, so your entry is going to be 540. You've already given up a nickel because there's nickel spreads. There's nothing in between. So if you buy, you're the first one to buy 540, well, the bid's going to be at 535. So if you buy it and then you realize, whoops, it's not going to go, and you sell it at the market, you've immediately lost a nickel. So I hate those nickel spreads. If I ever meet the person who came up with that idea, along with the person who came up with the, hey, let's halt stuff if it's moving too fast, either one of them, I'm going to slap them right in the head. All right? Either one of those people, if I ever meet them. Because it's just two stupid ideas. All right, anyway, enough of that. So ADMP, I still want to watch it because it's curling back up and had good news about a week ago. RGSE, can't see much there, can you? But if we zoom in, a nice volume spike. Now, 1.23 million shares is not a lot for most stocks, but if you look at all the volume preceding that, let's see what it was this day. It was 1.3 million. So, it hasn't traded this many shares in, I would say, well over a month. And so maybe we get a follow-through day tomorrow. That's, it's a low-priced solar and the other solars are moving. Maybe that's what it popped on. Maybe it had individual news. I'm not sure, but it's worth watching. This PED, you can't see it here. I don't keep the 200-day on this chart, but the 200-day basically is a line curling down, and it hit here, here, and here. I mean, it's almost like a downward trend line. Nice volume on this thing today, so maybe a red to green in that one tomorrow. But that big volume spike was still only 1.6 million shares, so you can tell it's a thinly traded stock. But I'm going to watch it. XBIT beaten up, right? And then a nice pop today. And let's look at intraday, and you'll see why I like it. This was a really, look at that move. Look at the power and the volume of that move from in the 460s all the way to 590. And then it tailed off the rest of the day. But you know what? Closed kind of strong at the end of the day. So this one is worth watching for a follow-through day. All right, so let's keep our eyes on XBIT. APRI, I do not like the way this thing trades, but you did have a spike, and you're kind of flagging green day. So you have some catalysts. A break of today's high is 111, which could get you through this high of 115, and which could get you through this high of 120. So you definitely got a clean trend line there that might break to the upside. And lastly, I put IDRA on watch, not because of the chart, closing at 173, and it's already been running for a few days, and it's it's a lower float, lower price stock, and generally you don't see a lot of big candles. So right now, looking at this, there's nothing interesting at all about it. But in after hours, they had news, and it's trading at 196. It looks like on decent volume after hours too. So if we open somewhere around there, somewhere in this area, could be a potential gap and go. All right, I didn't check the float on it, but anyway, it's kind of a long list, and hopefully we'll find some decent gappers in the morning as well. Man, if you're in the chat room, just keep trading smart, locking in gains, waiting for those inflection points for the entries, taking profits a little bit quicker than normal because there's not a lot of follow through so far. But to me, we're still killing it in June in I don't want to say terrible conditions, but lackluster conditions. And when things turn around, this could be hopefully they'll turn around in July and August, and this could be a bigger summer than even last summer. In the meantime, we'll keep doing what we're doing and grinding the account higher. All right, enjoy your night, guys. We'll see everybody tomorrow.